Hello everyone! Hi, my name is Wendy Ivy Martinez, also known as Geek Goddess here on YouTube, and today I'm going to talk about my December TBR, which is themed Holiday in Hades. I'll explain why. Let's go ahead and get started. Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about my December TBR. We're going to talk about some holiday books, and more specifically, my theme for this month is not only holiday, but Hades. Why? Why Hades? Other than the fact that I feel a very overwhelming urge to read books about Hades, who is literally my favorite Greek god, it's also the time of the year where Hades sort of thrives, I guess, because Persephone is in the underworld. If you know the Greek mythology behind it, you know that during the springtime is when Persephone is out and with her mother, and then during the winter is when she goes back to the underworld with Hades. So that's why I also wanted to incorporate Hades in here. First, let's talk about my two holiday themed books. So the first holiday book that we're going to talk about is One Day in December by Josie. This is a book that was picked out for my Smut Slut book club, and it seems really cute. It's about this girl who is on a train or something like that one day in December, and then she sees this guy that she absolutely falls in love with. And it reminds me of that song that, "You're beautiful, it's true, and I saw your face in the crowded." You know what I'm talking about? It reminds me of that. It sort of reminds me of that. So she sees his face in a crowded place, and she doesn't know what to do because she'll never be with you. She sees him in a train, and after that she doesn't see him again, and she looks and she looks and she looks for him. She starts going to the train every single day trying to look for this man that she was completely smitten with, and she never finds him again until her best friend hosts this party, and surprise surprise, she introduces her fiance or boyfriend to her, and it happens to be the guy that our main character was obsessed with and just fell in love with on the train. And then this expands like 10 years. So throughout those 10 years we see like the downfalls, the ups and downs, and it just seems like a very like heartwarming, beautiful holiday novel that I'm just like I'm like all for it to end the year with. So I'm excited for this one. It seems very like lighthearted, very fluffy, and what better way to end the year than with a light and fluffy novel. The next one that we're going to talk about is How to Love Your Elf, because what is holidays without Santa's elves? Is this one about Santa's elves? No, it's just an elf. But you know what? You say elf, you think elf, and you automatically think of the elves that help Santa. It's still about an elf. So this one is about a girl named Sorsha. She knew that her mission was dangerous. She's basically trying to save her sister. She's trying to support her sister, even though she knows that the elves are very dangerous, and then she's taken hostage by the elves. Once she's taken hostage by these elves, she gets the help of a woodsman who's a mysterious thief. And he basically saw the battle between the elves and her between the trees. And then this thief woodsman that's helping her finds out that she's a princess, and that's why she's been taken captive by the elves. He doesn't know whether to kidnap her or to fall in love with her. And it's a love story about a woodsman. There's elves in it, and there's a princess, a long lost princess. Seems very fluffy. I've been wanting to read this since I first bought it. Even though it's not really talked about online, it just looks cute. And I'm excited to finally get to it. On to my Hades books. First one we're going to talk about is Fire and Fate by Serena Valentino. This is a book that I got many months ago when it came out, and I just love the cover. Okay, this one is about the Disney Hades and his origin story of what happened to Hades, how Hades became Hades. I don't know how tightly it's going to be based off of the actual Greek mythology behind it, but I'm very curious. I'm very curious as to how much is going to be tied to Greek mythology and how much is going to be its own unique storyline specifically to Disney, because this is a Disney published book. And it's very short. And I'm excited for this one because it's Hades. It's Disney's Hades. I love Hades. The next book that I want to read is Electric Idol by Katee Robert. This was in my TBR a few months ago, and I never got to it. I know this one specifically isn't about Hades and Persephone. This is the second story in the Dark Olympus series. The first one was Neon Gods, and that one was about Persephone and Hades, and I absolutely loved that book. The second one is about Eros. Is it about Eros? Yes, it's about Eros and Psyche and their love story. And if you guys don't know, Eros is Aphrodite's son, and he's like basically like Cupid. And it's their love story, but I'm pretty sure it's in the same world as Hades and Persephone, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be characters that are brought up throughout the story. But I really enjoy the first one, so I really want to read the second one. And there's that one. This is literally the order that I want to read it. The origin story. Then I'm going to read Go the Distance, which is basically what happens if Meg had to become a Greek god in order to be with Hercules. So basically this story follows, again, Disney, the Disney story. And Meg, in order to be with Hercules, she had to become a god. And the way that she is able to become a Greek god is if she goes down to the underworld where Hades' domain is and rescues her ex-boyfriend from the underworld. It's the only way that she could be a goddess and be officially in a relationship with Hercules and live happily ever after for forever on Mount Olympus. I'm really intrigued by this because Hercules, the cartoon version, is literally my favorite Disney movie of all time. And then once I read that one, I'm going to read Learn My Lesson. So we're taking these two, making it adult, and then we have a why choose reverse harem romance with Meg, Hades, and Hercules. It's spicy because it's Katee Robert, and that's all I need to know. Okay, that alone, I'm like, yes. Yes, why not? So that's all I need to know about this, and that's how I know I'm gonna love it. Okay, because after these two, I'm gonna want the spice, and I'm gonna get the spice with this. Okay, also following pretty much kind of like the Disney, right, the Disney series. And then after that, I'm going to read I'm gonna read A Game of Fate, which is the first book of the Hades Persephone series, but in Hades' point of view, because it's been like a year that I've read A Touch of Darkness, which is the first book in the series. So this is going to help me brush up on that. And then I'm going to read A Touch of Malice, which is the third book in the Hades Persephone series, and this one's from Persephone's point of view. I'm going to read these two. Yes, to complete my Hades month. So we've got Hades, 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 in the world of Hades. And then we got two holiday novels. So that is everything that I'm going to be reading in the month of December. Anyways, you guys, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button to turn on that notification bell to be notified when I post. Also, I will link down my Booktok down below, as well as my Goodreads, so we can be friends. And I will like and comment on your stuff and vice versa. And then last but certainly not least, I will put down my Amazon wish list for the books that I would love to read if you care so to give them to me. For like the holidays and stuff. Anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!